The Jordan 1 Low Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon, the return of one of the most iconic foam posits, Jordans, Dunks, and much more is just some of what we're going to be discussing today as we go over every single one of the January sneaker releases in 2024. But make sure to keep your eyes open because there's going to be a really big drop that's not going to be mentioned in today's video that's happening somewhat soon, and it's a really unique drop method too. As always, for early information for shock drops, I do post all the early info, including the time, date, etc. inside of my group Endurance, which you can feel free to join with the link below. And remember, we do so much more than just sneaker reselling, so if you're looking for a profitable side hustle, I'd really encourage you to check it out. Not to mention, we offer completely free sneaker updates on that same link with sneaker guides, along with a free Endurance channel too. This week, we're offering our free Chick-fil-A channel. Yes, you can get Chick-fil-A for completely free. Endurance offers tons of ways to help you guys make and save money just like this, so consider checking it out. December is soon coming to a close. With that comes the month of January. Today, we'll be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of January. If you're not into reselling, that's okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we'll be discussing the name of the sneaker, the release date, the retail, and whether or not they're going to be profitable or if they might even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. First, on January 4th, for $285, we got the Alphafly 3 prototype dropping. Now, these actually have some interesting history to them. This is because history was recently made in Chicago when Kelvin Kiptum of Kenya shattered the marathon world record, clocking an astonishing time of 2 hours and 35 minutes, and he happened to be wearing this sneaker. So because of that, these might actually have more demand than they otherwise would have. Nonetheless, with a retail that high of $285, I still wouldn't expect these to be profitable, but if you do want a personal pair, I am expecting these to sell out, so don't sleep. Then, on January 5th, for $170, we got the LeBron NextG first game dropping. Like most LeBrons, I would expect these to just be personals, and you might even be able to get these for below retail in the secondary market if you are patient, but nonetheless, this is a pretty clean pair of LeBrons, white, black, and red. Can't go wrong with these. Then on January 9th, for $160, we got the Air Max 2 CB94 Old Royal. Unfortunately, following their 2021 drop, these are already close to retail in the secondary market, so I would have to say personal only for these, but I am expecting them to sell out, so don't sleep if you do want a personal pair. Next up, on January 10th, for $175, we got Jordan 2 Women's Sail and Black dropping. Unfortunately, like most Jordan 2s, I would expect these to just be personals, and you might even be able to get these on sale if you are patient, but if you are looking for a nice pair of bowling shoes, these might be for you. Then on January 17th, for $140, we got the Jordan Airship Diffused Blue. Considering even the Alma Maniere collab for the Airships bricked, I would expect pretty much the same for these. At best, maybe the very large sizes like 11.5 and above might be brick profit with a poor margin if you have no tax, but otherwise they're just going to be personals. Nonetheless, it's a nice personal if you're looking for a vintage looking sneaker. These are pretty solid colors too. Then on January 20th, for $175, we got the Jordan 2 I think I'm allergic to these Jordan 2s. Of course, being a Jordan 2, don't expect these to be profitable. In fact, if you do want a personal, you should probably be able to get these on sale if you are patient. Then on January 22nd, for $140, we got the Ja 1 Chinese New Year. We've actually been seeing a lot of Ja's have pretty decent demand, with sizes 11 plus actually being profitable on some no-name colorways. Now, this being a Chinese New Year is only going to be better for them. While yes, they do have a slightly elevated retail, there still should be more than sufficient demand for profitability, especially on the larger sizes 10 and above, so I would expect these to be profitable with a decent to good margin in those large sizes, and maybe even lunch money on the smaller ones too. As of now, I would just focus on those large sizes, especially 11 and above though. Not to mention, this is just a really nice colorway, at least for Jaws that we've seen so far, not to mention the incredible details that we see on the lace locks too. Then, even more exciting, on January 24th, for $116, we got the Chinese New Year Jordan 1 Low Year of the Dragon. As you can see, they got the dragon scale upper coming in green. Overall, it's a really nice colorway, and not just that, but being a Chinese New Year Jordan 1, of course, these are going to be really hyped up, and they're probably going to be pretty difficult to get to, which is unfortunate for me. I really wanted these. Let me know if you guys feel the same way below, but anyway, at only $160, I am expecting these to be very profitable with a great margin, especially in the larger sizes. Not just that though, but again, this is a fire pair. I'm really excited for these. Also on January January 24th for $165, we got another Jordan 2. But okay, this is the Jordan 2 Low Chinese New Year, and honestly, I have to say, it's actually a pretty nice pair of Jordan 2s. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I normally hate on Jordan 2s, I know, but this is a really nice colorway. Not to mention the dragon scale details that we see in white on the upper of these. These came out really nice, so props to Jordan brand for actually managing to make a Jordan 2 look really, really nice. At least that's my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about these, but I do think that these actually do have potential for profitability, which is crazy, I know, as a Jordan 2, but these Chinese New Year Jordans actually tend to have pretty decent demand, so we'll see as we do get closer to the drop, of course, but as of right now, I'm optimistic for at least lunch money. We'll see, though. Also on January 24th for $200, we got the Jordan 38 Chinese New Year. Unfortunately for these, I would expect these to just be personals. I'm honestly not a big fan of Jordan 38s in general. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same, but if you are looking for a basketball sneaker, something different than what you will typically see on the court, this might be for you. Then on January 27th for $180, we got the Jordan 1 High Yellow Ochre. Personally, I think this is a really, really nice pair of Jordan 1s. I love the colorway, being sort of a dark yellow, yellow-orange look, kind of like what we saw on the Jordan 1 Taxi. Not to mention the materials on these, being nubuck, are a little bit different than what we're used to with leather, so I think it's a really great pair overall. But that doesn't take away from the fact that most Jordan 1s recently haven't been performing well, so I would expect these to just be personals. But if you do want a personal, don't sleep on these because I am expecting them to still sell out. Then on January 29th for $115, we got the Dunk Low Women's Valentine's Day. Since this is a more feminine sneaker, I do think that there is potential for smaller sizes actually to do well enough for brick profit, maybe even lunch money, but we'll see as we do get closer to the drop. Overall, my expectations aren't that high, as a lot of Dunk Lows in general that aren't collaborations haven't been doing too well lately. This definitely is a more unique pair considering the laces are different and the materials on them are suede, definitely different than what we're used to seeing on a lot of the recent Dunk Low colorways. And last but not least for today, we got the return of one of the most iconic foam posits, and that is the Air Foamposite 1 Eggplant. These are dropping sometime in January, without a precise date yet, but I'll keep you guys updated, for $240. Now obviously with the retail that high, I'm not really expecting these to be profitable, mostly just going to be personals. However, size 13 in foam posits sometimes actually does so well that you could actually make a slight profit, a little bit of lunch money off of them, so keep an eye on size 13 for these. When they do come out, you might be able to make a little bit of money, especially if you have no tax, but otherwise they are just going to be personals. Nonetheless, they're absolutely fire personals. If you couldn't tell by now, January is the worst month for sneaker releases every single year. This is always the case, it's nothing new, but that doesn't mean there's not some good releases. We definitely have a few standout ones, not to mention there is one surprise release, that of which I didn't talk about today, but I did allude to at the beginning. Again, just a reminder, I do post early info for all types of shock drops inside of my group Endurance, which you could join with the link below. Not just that, but we do also offer completely free sneaker guides and a method to get free Chick-fil-A on that same link below, so consider checking it out when you do have a moment. Other than that though, good luck on all these upcoming releases. Subscribe to stay 100% updated and follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, for urgent updates.